Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from SneakerFiles.com. Today we're coming at you with another performance review, and today it is going to be on the LeBron 9. Definitely one of the higher priced sneakers that are available on the market right now as far as performance line goes. And, I appreciate everybody being patient with me while I test these out. And without wasting too much more of your time, let's get right into it. So here's one quick look at the LeBron 9, and we will start off with the bottom of the shoe as usual. So here we have the traction. It's definitely not herringbone, not even close. It is a chain link pattern. I can't really see the numbers in there. It's supposed to be number 6 just linked together, which makes up the chains. And then on the red portions, it is just clearly designed, and then there is texture used or added onto it. The entire platform is very similar to what we saw last year or it's not even last year, earlier this year during the summer for the postseason LeBron 8. And I did like the traction. It did work. Having texture on there definitely helped out in the outrigger section, so I did not have much of any slip unless it was an extremely dusty court. The one thing that I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure what it is now. Last year with the postseasons, or earlier this year, I thought that it was because of the traction. However, when traction does lip up on here, it does allow you to cross over freely while being stable or having some sort of grip onto the court. What I think is the issue with the shoe itself is one of two things, or it's possibly both of these things. But first thing is that I don't weigh that much, so it's not moving with me. And the reason why it's not moving with me due to my weight is because the shoe is really not that flexible at all. I'm not sure if it's because of the construction itself. Half of the midsole is inside of the upper, whereas this side here is on the exterior. But there's really no flexibility in there whatsoever. It could be because the rubber is thicker due to the 4-foot zoom and the max airbag in the back. You can see how much thinner the rubber is there compared to the front sections. So overall, I thought traction was good. It wasn't perfect by any means. I still would like to see full-on traction covering the entire shoe. I don't like this half and half stuff at all. That's a personal preference of mine. It's actually a personal pet peeve. I really dislike when there is no traction here. It's like they totally forget about part of the shoe. And again, there's very little traction, if any, on the heel. It's just texture. So but I think it's due to flexibility that for me as a guard, the shoe didn't keep up with me personally. So I was having a lot of slipping issues, especially on crossovers. Again, not due to the traction itself, but mostly due to the stiffness and inability to flex freely with your foot. The cushion setup is exactly as we saw with the LeBron 8 postseason. It has 4-foot zoom, and it is full length, so it goes full length side to side. And then you also have the 180 Air Max heel bag, and the entire thing, again, it's built just like it was last year. You have Phylon injected underneath as well as on top, so you have a good amount of cushion in the heel, lots of impact absorption. I really like the way that the heel feels. The 4-foot, even though there's zoom in it, I still can't feel it that much. There is an Ortholite insole. It's a little bit thinner than the postseason, so you can feel it when you first put them on, but when you start to really play in it, it's just real clunky in the front. Very stiff, real rigid. There are flex screws, but it just didn't really work for me. Cushioning itself, though, heel was perfect. I'd prefer it to be full length as far as the air goes, the air unit itself. Either that or just change out the 180 heel bag to a zoom bag. I personally prefer consistency in cushion, and this type of setup just does not give me consistency while playing. It feels great casually, but while playing it just feels funny. So That's just me. Other people, might disagree and all of that stuff, but that's perfectly fine. I'm just letting you know how I feel. So overall, cushion was good. It just wasn't up to par, and it was fairly inconsistent in my opinion. Material and fit, very nice materials. It's a little bit overdone in my opinion in certain areas, but basically I'll start off with the front of the shoe and then I'll work my way back. The front of the shoe is the section that I did not like, and basically from here back I loved it. So the forefoot, you have the hyperfuse construction with the fly wire, so you have 3 layers here. It's very rigid, very stiff. I did not like its inability to flex very well. The forefoot had a lot of dead space. I don't know if you could see the bump there, but I thought that the diagonal lace setup was going to help with any potential dead space, but it really didn't. When I was running, if I would stop really fast, my foot did slide up just a tad bit, and then this little piece right here, whatever's in there, I think it's TPU, it's basically plastic, but my big toe would have hit the tip of it and it hurt every time. So it was like jamming my toe. There's the construction in the LeBron 8 had one full-on inner sleeve, just like this one does, but it was very thickly padded and it wrapped all the way into the forefoot of the shoe. This one stops right at the tongue, so there's really no padding in here at all. So most of you that have a pair of LeBron 8s, when you put your foot in, it kind of feels a little bit tight at first due to the padding. These ones were not like that at all. There's just no padding in the toe. Forefoot didn't fit properly for me, and so basically from here up, I just didn't like it. Didn't work. The parts that did work, however, were the midfoot. The flywire pieces are very strong, very durable, definitely built for a big person. They really hug your foot, and then you have these notches in here that allow the back end of the shoe to flex better with your ankle. As far as keeping your foot locked down, there are these wings in place, these flywire wings, and I really like these as well. Sort of similar to the design of the 8, but I think that this was better. As soon as you lace up the shoe, it literally hugs and pulls your ankle back, and it does not let go. It was pretty awesome, to be honest. It goes all the way inside and underneath the shoe where they attach the nylon before they put it on the midsole. So I thought that those were great additions. The tongue, it's only on the right foot for me, or the right shoe, but this little section right here, it gnawed away at my ankle. It did not feel good whatsoever. I had to wear some really thick socks with that. So just be aware of that. I've actually heard other people complain about that as well. The cut of the shoe I thought was great. I do prefer the LeBron 8 a little bit better in the cut itself, but this one worked just as well. I think this is called the stability wing. I can't remember right now. I'm having a lot of brain farts right now, but the stability wing was great. It's a woven material. It's individual strands put together and then woven into what looks like carbon fiber. So this entire section of the wing definitely kept stability on the lateral side, so when you were stopping, it did not allow your ankle to roll over. The only flexible piece in it was this section here where the two pieces meet, which is good because then you do have a little bit of range of motion added to your ankle movements, like you would get in a low top shoe. And then you have the top piece that gives you just a little bit more protection, as people will call it, in the ankle area. This area here, it is just 2 pieces instead of 3. Again, the point in which that they are connected, it gives you a little bit more flexibility. And then most of the time when you're moving, you're going to be pushing off this way, so you want more flexibility on the medial side of your foot, which it does give you. So I really like the wings on here. I thought they were great. There's no heel cup or anything like that, but again, everything locks your heel in, especially because of these wings. Inside of the shoe, you have Pro Combat. This is the first time I've ever seen this used in a performance shoe before. It is a little rough, so you will want to use some higher cut socks. and then it takes a while for it to actually do what it's supposed to do, but basically it definitely molds to your foot. When I take these off, you would see the indentations of my ankle shape in there. It's just one of those things where it's just a step above the rest, where it definitely, you know, does what it says it does. I still don't, you know, justify the price or anything, but it definitely worked out well, and I did really like it. So breathability and ventilation, honestly, there wasn't much of any. Basically, all you had was the tongue here. The tongue was better as far as ventilation goes compared to last year's model, or the last model. This one, it actually allows light to shine through it, and if light goes through the material, then, you know, moisture, heat, and all that stuff definitely will come out. The other one was like a double mesh as far as like the LeBron 8s go. This is just a single layer mesh and then a small layer of really fine mesh behind it. But this is all of the ventilation that you get. There is no perforations anywhere in the flywire uppers, nothing up here, and all of that stuff. It kind of needs very little ventilation due to the inside with the Pro Combat, because that definitely needs your heat and your moisture in order for it to completely mold around your foot. So in that sense, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, this is the only section with ventilation, so I wouldn't say it's definitely a good ventilated shoe, but it is decent. So here's one more quick look at the shoe here. Overall, it's a very nice shoe, in my opinion, from the midfoot back. I still have problems with the forefoot fit and lockdown. Very little flexibility in the forefoot, which you know, it didn't allow the shoe itself to keep up with a guard. In my opinion, it could have either been that or just that I don't weigh as much as a bigger guy, where these are, you know, geared to the exact specifications of LeBron James, and I'm definitely no LeBron James. So you know, but definitely decent sneaker. Fairly comfortable. I personally just don't like the setup of Zoom and Max. I'd rather have one or the other, and it allows for me personally just to have a little bit more consistency from a heel to toe strike or movement in transition. So like I said, it's a good shoe if you're a big guy. Definitely recommend it if you're a wide footer. Again, I recommend it if you're a guard, a 1 and a 2. I probably wouldn't say that this is the best shoe out there for you. If you're a slower guard, it might be just fine. But if you like to do crosses and change of directions, things like that, just, you know, there's better options available. The major thing that I have an issue with the shoe basically is the price. I definitely don't think that these are worth $170. You know, I just don't. So I can't really explain it, especially when last year's postseason, I don't remember what those were, but those were not $170. I think they were like $150 or something like that. So $150, $160. But you know, a lot of these colorways, this one especially, already going on sale. You could find these for about $130 at most stores. So that's pretty much my review. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. Make sure to check out SneakerFiles.com, and we are going to be back really soon with more reviews. We have the Crazy 8s. We have the Zoom Rookies. I will be reviewing another couple of different products, one of which is going to be another Mission product. I previously reviewed the Court Grip, and we're going to go off and review their Power Grip, which is for your hands, is liquid chalk. So we're going to review that. There's this big thing back here. This is called this is from Slipknot, and basically that's a traction pad. So I'm going to be reviewing that as well. And then we also got these guys here. This is the Flyweight 2. So if you guys are curious at all as far as what my first impression is with these, just hit up my site, nightwing2303.com. I got a full write-up on there with these, and I'll be posting performance teasers along with that shortly. So really like them, by the way. So far so good. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. So thank you guys again, and until next time, have a good one.